Should you pay top dollar for the energy of a major city suburb like Princeton, or buy into a quiet historic town that feels like a little bit of a Vermont village smack in central New Jersey? Hopewell Borough sounds like a hidden gem, and it is. People often lump the entire Hopewell Valley together, Hopewell Township, Hopewell Borough, but the borough, it's its only highly unique, independent square mile of business and residences. Welcome to the Wilton Report. I'm Josh Wilton. I co-own and run the #1 boutique real estate company here in Princeton and Central New Jersey. And I've helped thousands of people buy and sell homes. And I use that experience to help you make smarter decisions. By the end of this video, you'll understand the pros and the trade-offs and whether the Hopewell Borough actually makes sense for your living situation. So let's start with why buyers fall in love with this unique town in central, we'll call it Central West, New Jersey. So first off, Hopewell Borough only has 1,900 residents. It's a hamlet. It's a town, but it's like barely a town. It's got a cute little downtown. It does have a library. The average, I should say the median home price is about $635,000, which is comparatively less than Montgomery. It's less than Hopewell Township. Over 54% of the housing stock is pre-World War II historic type homes. So the vibe is like a New England town in the middle of Mercer County, New Jersey. The tax rate is 2.5, crime rate extremely low. The school district is Hopewell Valley Regional School District, which is a very highly rated school district. So again, what's unique about Hopewell Borough? So one of the most unique thing is that it's I would consider it a former farming town surrounded by 6,000 acres of preserved open space. You have the Sireland Mountain Preserve, you have St. Michael's, you have a ton of green space and open space surrounding Hopewell Borough. It's got a historic downtown, so it's got shops, it's got cafes, it's got restaurants. It's probably 15 minutes to Lambertville and New Hope. It's maybe 15 to 25 minutes to Princeton, depending which way you're coming. And it's accessible to New York City and Philadelphia. There's no train in Hopewell Borough. You have to drive to Hamilton, Princeton Junction, or Trenton if you want to take the train. But again, it's probably a 10 to 15 minute car ride to the train station. So it's a super interesting town. The New York Times actually said, Hopewell Borough feels like a Vermont village dropped into central New Jersey. And I'm pretty sure that's a direct quote. So if you live in Hopewell Borough, this is one of those towns where once you move in and you're going to dinner in town, you're not driving. So the Borough Bean, Peasant Grill, the Chubby's, which is the greatest place, Brick Farm Market, which is amazing, Antimo's, which is newer. It's got a historic train depot, independent boutiques. It's got antique shops. It's got the Hopewell Theater. It's an amazing little, very vibrant little village, and people love living there. So again, another thing that is a very positive thing about Hopewell Borough is the educational system. So it's Hopewell Valley Regional School District. 72% of adult residents hold a college degree or higher. So again, Hopewell Regional is a very highly rated school district. Median price is $635,000 versus Princeton's $1.7 million average. So you get more house there, right? They're older, but you get more house in Hopewell Borough. So again, it's a challenging thing to say that Hopewell Borough is a sweet spot for commuters, but you are 15 minutes from Princeton. So that's a great commuting option. So BMS in Lawrenceville, 15 minutes. Bridgewater, you're pretty close. You're probably, 35 minutes. And you're about a 20-minute, 15-minute drive to Princeton Junction or Hamilton or Trenton train station. So, from a New York train perspective, it's a little challenging. But if you're working locally in Mercer County, you want to get more house for the money. You want the small town feel. You don't want, ambulances cruising by or whatever. Hopewell Borough is a really interesting option for people. So here's what serious buyers do need to understand. So a lot of the houses were built before 1939. They have Victorians, they have colonials, they have prairie style architecture, which is very unique to the borough. So again, the trade-off is if you buy a home that has not been improved, you're going to be dealing with older electrical. You may buy a home that was improved and still be dealing with older electrical. You could have older plumbing, older insulation. So these things require more maintenance money, right? So your CapEx expense per year is going to be higher. Move-in ready homes tend to be at the top of the market. The more affordable homes tend to need more work. I did take my cousin to a home there. It's one of the favorite homes I ever saw in my life. It had a wraparound porch. It was beautiful. Probably needed $350,000 worth of work, right? The house was in disrepair, but when you say they don't make them like this anymore, they don't. It was a beautiful Victorian, massive front porch, walk to downtown. So again, the other thing too, if you're moving to Hopewell Borough, so let's pretend you're moving there from the city, Philadelphia or New York, it's got less than 2,000 residents. So it's a quiet town, right? I think it's one of those towns where people do know each other. I think it's one of those towns where people do care about each other. There is a limited restaurant scene at night. There's fewer restaurant choices compared to Princeton or West Windsor or soon to be Montgomery, but there are no big malls. There's not a lot of chain stores. Everything's sort of local, unique to the borough. It really is a very much of a throwback type of town. Day-to-day errands will require a car. So if, while the town core is walkable, if you have to go to the grocery store, you're going to Target, or you're going to Costco, you're a 10 to 20 minute drive down to Route 1. Maybe you're going up to Montgomery. Maybe you're heading to Lambertville. But again, it's a car-centric town once you leave the downtown. There's no mass transit. There's no train. So you're going to need a car day to day. So most people assume Hopewell Borough is a compromised town, meaning you can't afford Princeton. Maybe you can't afford Hopewell Township, right? But I don't think so. I think Hopewell Borough is a destination town. I think people move to Hopewell Borough because they're looking for that Vermont feel in the middle of central New Jersey. So it's value, it's charm, it's history, it's walkability, it's school quality at a comparatively accessible price point. So, if you're looking for that type of home, let's talk. You can hit the subscribe button. You can shoot me a text at 609-773-8054. And again, thank you for subscribing and listening to the information about the cute little town of Hopewell Borough. My name's Josh Wilton, and this is the Wilton Report.